Hey everyone, it's Youuga here with another upcoming anime lineup video, this time for summer 2017. Let's skip the intros and get right into the season. I'll start things off with New Game Season 2, hence the extra exclamation mark, because it's just a fun series to watch obviously. The second season will feature 4 new additional cast members, Momiji Mochizuki, Tsubara Narumi, Hotaru Hoshikawa, and Wako Christina Yamamoto. The opening theme will be Step by Step Up, and the ending will be Jump In, Jump Up, anime by Dogoko, but this second season will start airing on July 11th. Enmusubi no Youko-chan, or Fox Spirit Matchmaker, is a Japanese anime adaptation of the Chinese work of the same name. We are in a world where yokai and humans live together and love each other. But the life of humans is limited, and yokai who lose their loved ones have to continue living without them. Even if the humans are reborn and the yokai find their partner again, previous memories are lost to the human. So a certain service became popular among yokais. Some yokai can revive the lost memories of their love, starting over again with days full of love. Anime by Howliners, this series starts airing on July 1st. Kakegurui, Hyakkyou Private Academy, an institution for the privileged with a very particular curriculum. You see, when you're the sons and daughters of the wealthiest of the wealthy, it's not athletic prowess or book smarts that keep you ahead, it's reading your opponents, the art of the deal. These students are here to hone those skills with a rigorous curriculum of gambling. And met by Mappa, this airs on July 1st. Hina Logi from Luck and Logic. Leon Zelistratova, a pure princess from a small country, enters a school in Hokkaido on a spring day. The school is a specialized educational institution operated by ALCA to train logicalists who maintain world peace. Leon enters Class S, where she meets many classmates with unique personalities like Nina. And met by Dogokobo, this airs on July 1st. Fate Apocrypha. The setting is a parallel world to Fate Stay Night, where the Great Grail mysteriously disappeared from Fuyuki after the Third Holy Grail War. The Association dispatches 50 Magi to retrieve the Grail from the Yuuga Millennia family who claim to have it, and all but one is instantly slaughtered by a mysterious servant. The one remaining manages to activate the reserve system of the Great Grail, allowing for the summoning of 14 servants in total. For an event of this scale, the Grail itself summons its own servant, the Ruler, to oversee the conflict. And made by A1 Pictures, this series airs on July 2nd. Katsugeki Touken Ranbu. The year is 1863 as the tumultuous samurai era is coming to an end. Japan is split between the pro-shogunate and anti-shogunate factions. The fate of the world is threatened as an army of historical revisionists are sent from the future to alter the course of history. In order to bring these forces down and protect the real history, 2 sword warriors, spirits who are swords brought to life by Saniwa, rush to Edo. Anime by UFO Table, this airs on July 2nd. Senki Zesshou Symphogear AXZ is the 4th season of Senki Zesshou Symphogear. Anime by Satellite, this season airs on July 2nd. Knights and Magic. A mecha otaku is reincarnated into another world as Ernesti, a traveler, also known as Edu. In this world exists huge humanoid weapons known as Silhouette Knights. Dreaming of piloting those robots, Edu, with childhood friends Arkid Walter and Aldertrude Walter, aim to become Knight Runners, pilots of these Silhouette Knights. And made by 8-Bit, this series airs on July 2nd. Keppeki Danshi Aoyama-kun. The handsome young soccer genius named Aoyama is a Japan representative. His playstyle is cleanliness. He doesn't tackle and doesn't head the ball. If he's doing a throw-in, he'll only do it if he's wearing gloves. Made by Studio Hibari, this starts airing on July 3rd. Battle Girl High School Battle Girl Project. Set in the year 2045, the world has been contaminated by Irosu, mysterious invaders who suddenly appeared, and humans find themselves restricted and contained. Standing boldly against these invaders are ordinary girls everywhere, without a powerful army or even weapons. There is a school for these Hoshimori, or Star Guardians, made to fight these invaders. And met by Silverlink, this series airs on July 3rd. Skirt no Naka wa Kedamono Deshita, or There Was a Beast Inside the Skirt. Kominami Shizuka is a mild-mannered college student who is having trouble adjusting to city life. One day she meets Kirishima Ryo, another student who projects the image of a cool older sister. The two hit it off at a mixer, but Shizuka is shocked when Ryo attempts to seduce her. Shizuka initially assumes that Ryo is a lesbian, but Ryo is in fact a man who dresses like a lady. Obviously this is going to be extremely ecchi, so you've been warned. Anime by Magic Bus, this series airs on July 3rd. Youkai Pata no Yuga na Nichijou. Inabayushi's parents died in his first year of middle school and he moved in with his relatives. Though they didn't care for him, he could tell he was a burden, so he prepared to move to a high school with a dormitory. Unfortunately, the dormitory burned to the ground before he could move in. He finally finds a room in a nice old building which seems too good to be true. The catch is that it is a monster house, a place where humans and supernatural creatures, ghosts, mononoke, etc. live together. Another high schooler also lives there, a cute girl named Akine, and she's completely unfazed by the monsters. In fact, she can even exorcise evil spirits. Anime by Shine Animation, this series airs on July 3rd. Koito Uso. Lies are forbidden, and love is doubly forbidden. In the near future, when young people in Japan turn 16, they are assigned a marriage partner by the government. People don't have to go through the trouble of looking for someone, and everyone accepts that the country will find a compatible partner to make them happy. In this world, we follow the life of 15-year-old Yukari Nejima, who has a hidden passion in the world where love is forbidden. Anime by Liden Films, this series airs on July 3rd. Isekai Shokudou, or Restaurant into Another World. On the first basement floor of a building at a corner of a shopping district near an office area, there is a shop. It is the restaurant Yoshoku no Nekoya. or Western cuisine cat restaurant, whose door is adorned with a picture of a cat. Founded 5 decades ago, it has been feeding the stomachs of salarymen from the office area. The restaurant specializes in Western cuisine, but also has other varieties of menus. However, on Saturdays, when Nekoya is supposedly closed, special guests are welcomed into the restaurant to enjoy the wondrous delights of the most unique and exquisite cuisines. And made by Silverlink, this series airs on July 4th. Aho Girl. Yoshiko is a genuinely stupid girl. She can't even manage to get all zeros on multiple choice tests. She hangs out at a school with her childhood friend who she claims to like, and he has to put up with all her ridiculous behavior. And made by Dio Media, this series airs on July 4th. Tsurezure Children is a series depicting various scenarios of young love. These stories range from a boy crippled by his absolute lack of confidence in himself, cannot even accept the fact that the girl of his dreams actually asked him out on a date, to the near psychotic girl that pours her blood into her homemade chocolate in order to win his heart. And made by Studio Gokumi, this airs on July 4th. Nanamaru Sanbatsu. As soon as he entered high school, the first-year student Koshiyama Shiki was invited to the mysterious quiz study group led by his senpai. What will Shiki run into when being dragged along by his classmate Mari into the dazzling world of competitive quizzes? Oh wow, this is so exciting! And made by TMS Entertainment, this airs on July 5th. Netsuzou TRap, or obviously NTR for short. Yuma and Hotaru are childhood friends and neighbors, although both have boyfriends. Hotaru kissing and seducing Yuma, often passing it through a joke. While having to keep what happens between them a secret, Yuma will be confused by her feelings. And made by Creators Impact, this series airs on July 5th. Saiyuki Reload the Blasto. At last, the Sanzo party has arrived in India, in this foreign land where the anomaly's influence runs rampant. Their battles only heighten in their violence. And made by Platinum Vision, this airs on July 5th. Dive. The series revolves around the Mizuki Diving Club, which is on the verge of closing down after having financial troubles. The club's new coach persuades the club's parent company to stay open on one condition, that the club sends one of its members to next year's Olympics as part of Japan's Olympic team. And made by ZOG, this airs on July 7th. Konbini Kareshi. 6 high school students' life around the convenience store on their way from the school, talking about their life and meeting each of the girls they end up liking. As they go more and more, the reasons they will go to the convenience store will slowly begin to change. And made by Studio Piero, this airs on July 7th. Action Heroine Cheer Fruits. The setting takes place in a peaceful area for food production called Hinano City, since the city is losing its vibrancy. This is the story of the youth and their struggles in making the city's excitement back again. And made by Dio Media, this airs on July 7th. Made in Abyss. An enormous pit and cave system called the Abyss is the only unexplored place in the world. Strange and wonderful creatures reside in its depths, and it is full of precious relics that current humans are unable to make. A little orphan girl named Riko lives in the town of Osu, on the edge of the abyss. One day, Riko starts exploring the caves and discovers a robot who resembles a human boy. And made by Kinema Citrus, this airs on July 7th. 18if is a part of a multimedia project that also includes a mobile game and a virtual reality game. And made by Gonzo, this airs on July 7th. Vatican Kiseki Chosakan, or Vatican Miracle Examiner, to detect lies, refuse fakes, and reach the miracle of God. That is their mission as Vatican Miracle Examiners. Hiraga, a scientific genius, and Roberto, an expert on the decryption of cryptography and ancient documents, are not only good partners but also miracle examiners working for the Vatican. They are secret examiners who are requested to examine and identify the authenticity of miracles from all over the world. And made by JC Staff, this series airs on July 7th. Jikan no Shiaisha. The story centers on Chronos rulers, those who fight the time-eating demons that appear when people wish they could turn back time. The Chronos rulers fight a time manipulation battle against these demons. And made by Project Number 9, this series airs on July 8th. Shogoku no Altair, or Project Altair. Muhammad is a young member of Turkey's Strutocracy's council, who holds the political and military title of Pasha. The threat of war and danger for the belligerent empire put Turkey's safety at risk. Muhammad is determined to keep the peace. But with so much at stake, a long history of enemies and alliances draws the young man far into a political world he hopes to keep in check. War may prevail despite his efforts. And made by Mappa, this airs on July 8th. Hitorijime My Hero. A story involving Kensuke's brother, Oshiba Kosuke, and friend Setagawa Masahiro from Hitojime Boyfriend. And made by Encourage Films, this airs on July 8th. Ballroom e Yokoso, or Welcome to the Ballroom. Average high school student Tatara Fujita wants to be good at something, anything. The local bullies notice and make it a habit to hit him up for cash. But all that changes when the debonair Kaname Sengoku saves him. Surprisingly, Sengoku is actually a professional ballroom dancer, and once Fujita gets pulled into the world of the ballroom, his life will never be the same. And made by Production IG, this series airs on July 9th. Sentoru no Nayami, or Centaur's Worries. Himeno is a sweet, shy little centaur girl. In her world, everyone seems to be a supernatural creature, and all her classmates have some kind of horns, wings, tails, halos, or other visible supernatural body part. Despite their supernatural elements, Himeno and her best friends Nozomi and Kyoko have a fun and mostly normal daily school life. And made by Howliners, this airs on July 9th. Princess Principal. The spy action series follows 5 girls in 19th century London. The girls serve as undercover spies enrolled as students at the prestigious Queen's Mayfair School. The girls make use of their individual abilities to remain active in the underground world of disguise, espionage, infiltration, and car chases. Animated by 3 Hertz and Actus, this series airs on July 9th. Tenchi no 3P. Kyo Nukui is a first-year high school student hikikomori. His hobby is making Vocaloid songs and uploading them online. One day, he receives a message from a fan asking if they could meet up with him. At the meeting place, 3 elementary school girls were waiting for him. The 3 of them want to form a band and ask for Kyo's help. And made by Project Number 9, this airs on July 10th. Isekai wa smartphone to tomoni, or in another world with my smartphone. Toya Mochizuki was accidentally killed, and as an apology, God allows him to be reborn in a fantasy world and will grant him any one wish he desires. From what I'm seeing, this is pretty much Konosuba. And so, Toya chooses to keep his smartphone in the next world. He inherits the legacy of an ancient civilization and travels around nonchalantly, while possessing powers that rival this world's as kings. Another isekai type story which we might not see too many of later, as Kadokawa will start banning alternate reality stories. And made by Production Read, this airs on July 11th. Mahojin Guru Guru is an anime adaptation of the manga of the same name, and made by Production IG, this airs on July 12th. Kaito Ansa is the sequel to Nazo Tokine, and made by Tenku Kobo, this airs on July 12th. Krione no Akari. The story centers around an illness-stricken, constantly bullied orphan girl named Minori. After one rainy day, she doesn't turn up at school, having been admitted into a hospital in a distant town. 2 months pass and the girls' 2 school friends, Takashi and Kyoko, receive a mysterious email with no sender listed. The email reveals a summer festival taking place at a nearby town. Anime by Drop, this airs on July 12th. Take You 9. Nothing much to say for this one except it's the 9th season of Take You, and anime by Minupanse. This airs on July 12th. Hajimete no Gyaru. Spring. The season of love has arrived, and it seems that finding himself a girlfriend was harder than Junichi believed. Junichi's friends have forced him into confessing to Yame Yukana. However, things do not go quite as he expected. Anime by NAZ, this series airs on July 12th. Yokoso Jijioku Shijo Shugino Kyoshitsu Kodo Ikuse Senior High School is a leading prestigious school with state-of-the-art facilities where nearly 100% of students go on to university or find employment. The students there have the freedom to wear any hairstyle and bring any personal effects they desire. The school is a paradise, but the truth is that only the most superior students receive favorable treatment, while the more inferior students are left to be ridiculed. Anime by Ruruke, this airs on July 12th. Gamers is a romantic comedy about Keita Amano, who is a lonely young man who loves video games. Karen Tendo is the beautiful president of the video game club. Chiaki Hoshinomori constantly fights with Keita, and Tasuka Uehara puts on a facade of being satisfied with his life in the real world, but he in truth loves video games. Anime by Pine Jam, this series airs on July 13th. Jigoku Shoujo Yori no Togi is the 4th season of Jigoku Shoujo. The new series will have 6 new episodes and 6 reminiscence episodes. Anime by Studio Dean, this airs on July 15th. The Reflection. After the Reflection, some of the people in all parts of the world are discovered with superpowers. Some become heroes and others villains. Also animated by Studio Dean, this airs on July 22nd. Lastly for the series, Owari Monogatari Season 2 is the sequel to the first season from 2015. Animated by Shaft, this series starts airing on August 12th. Next, we'll move on to the movies. First is King of Prism, Pride the Hero. The unit Over the Rainbow succeeds in its debut. Aiming to become like the boy band, more students enroll in Edo Rose. Hito and others begin practice for the Prism King Cup, an event that is held once every 4 years. Animated by Tatsunoko Production, this premieres on June 10th. Chaos Child, A Silent Sky will be the final chapter that will tell the story of what happens afterward for the boy and girl. Animated by Silverlink, this unedited episode premiered on June 17th. Maoka Koko no Watose movie, Hoshio Yobu Shoujo. This movie is a sequel to the 2014 anime series. In this story, the seasons have changed, and it'll soon be the second spring. Tatsuya and Miyuki have finished their first year at First Magic High School, and are on their spring break. The two go to their villa on the Ogasawara Island archipelago. After only a small moment of peace, a lone young girl named Coco appears before them. She has escaped the naval base, and she tells Tatsuya her one wish. Anime by 8-bit, this premiered on June 17th. Uju Senkan Yamato Nisa-200 Ai no Senshitachi Movie 2 Hashinhen is the second part to the 7-part film project based on the original Uju Senkan Yamato Nisen-299 series. Animated by Zebek, this premieres on June 24th. Free Timeless Medley Yakusoku. Yakusoku means promise is the second part of the compilation films that will focus on Rin and Sosuke. Animated by KyoAni, this premieres on July 1st.
Free Timeless Medley Yakusoku.
Mary Tomato no Hana, or Mary and the Witch's Flower. It is Tib, the black cat, who leads Mary to the strange flower in the woods. When she discovers a little broomstick shortly afterwards, she is astonished to feel it jump into action. Before she can gather her wits, it is whisking her over the treetops, above the clouds, and into the grounds of Endor College. Here she discovers evidence of a terrible experiment in transformation, deformed, and mutant animals imprisoned in cages. This is animated by Studio Ponok, which is a somewhat recent studio founded by former Studio Ghibli producer Yoshiaki Nishimura, so you might see a bit of Ghibli-style qualities in this film. This film premieres on July 8th. Yuki Yuna wa Yusha de Aru, Washio Sumi no Shou, Movie 3, Yakusoku, or Yuki Yuna is a Hero, Washio Sumi Chapter 3, Promise, is the third and final film of the 3-part film series. The film series serves as the first part of the second season of the TV series. Afterwards, 6 episodes will air as direct sequels to the film in October. Animated by Studio Gokumi, this film premieres on July 8th. No Game No Life, Zero, is an adaptation of the light novel series' 6th chapter, and serves as a prequel to the main series. Although the film's cast members are the same as the main series, many of them will voice characters who lived 6 millennia before Sora and Shiro came into the alternate world. Animated by Madhouse, this film premieres on July 15th.
No Game No Life Zero.
Pokemon Kimi ni Kimita, or Pokemon I Choose You, is the 20th Pokemon movie that tells the story of how Satoshi and Pikachu came to know each other. Pikachu was not cooperative towards Satoshi, but Satoshi only wanted to be friends with Pikachu. On the day they set out from Misara town, both of them saw a Ho-Oh flying and made a vow to someday go and meet it. Animated by Oriental Light and Magic, this premieres on July 15th. Settoukai Yakuin Domo movie. The anime project is celebrating the manga's 10th anniversary and the television anime's 7th anniversary. For those new to the story, it takes place in Osai Academy, a former all-girls private high school that was integrated for both genders. The student body is split between 524 girls and 28 boys. Takatoshi Tsuda is pushed into becoming the vice president of the student council, where he is the lone male member surrounded by girls. Animated by Gohans, this film premieres on July 21st. Maho Shoujo, or Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha, Reflection Movie 1. It's been 5 long years since the last Nanoha movie, and I have high expectations for this one as well. This film, unlike the first and second, has a brand new original story using elements from other media, such as the manga Nanoha Force for the devices Bardiche and Raising Hearts' new design, and the PSP game Gears of Destiny, as the Florian Girls are introduced here. This film is the first part of a 2-part story. Animated by 7 arcs, this film will premiere on July 22nd. Uchiage Hanabi, Shita kara miru ka, Yoko kara miru ka? Roughly translated as fireworks, should we see it from the side or the bottom? The film is set on one day during summer vacation. It follows a group of boys who try to view a fireworks display from the town lighthouse to see if they are round or flat when viewed from the side. Meanwhile, one of the boys, Norimichi, receives an invitation from his crush, Nazuna, to run away with her. Animated by Shaft, this film premieres on August 18th.
Uchiage hanabi, shita kara miru ka, yoko kara miru ka?
Kimi no Koro Todoketai. The story focuses on high school girl Nagisa Yukiai. She has believed the grandmother's story that spirits dwell in wards, and they are called Kotodama, or ward spirit. One day, she strays into a mini FM station that has not been used for years. As an impulse of the moment, she tries to talk like a DJ using the facility, but her voice accidentally broadcasted reaches someone she has never expected. Animated by Madhouse, this film premieres on August 25th.
言霊ってあるんだよ。
Finally, we have Fate Collide Liner Prisma Ilia movie, Yuki Shita no Chikai, translated as Oath Under Snow, is an upcoming anime film in the Prisma Ilia franchise. The connection that lies between Miyu, Shiro, and Ainsworth will be told here. If you like the story of Shiro Emiya from the previous Fate series, this is something to definitely look forward to. Animated by Silverlink, this film premieres on August 26th. This concludes the upcoming anime for summer 2017. I know this was somewhat late as I was kind of busy with school and such. Didn't really have the time to make videos until now. Sorry about that, rest assured more videos will be coming out very soon. Anyways, I hope you found this helpful and feel free to shout out what you're looking forward to this summer.
認識が甘いぞ英雄お前が挑むのは正真正銘英霊のまがいものだ劇場版プリズマイリア石化の誓い